May 26, 2022, Pinwheel Experiment. So the temperatures shouldn't be a factor. There's temperatures around 72 degrees during the time of the experiment. So the outdoor temperature shouldn't have that much effect on the pinwheels. There was a number, 6 activations on the day before, and on this day, Thursday, there's only one previous activation. Skeptical hypothesis would be that it should be less than 25 activations during our session, which is the average overall, and the believer hypothesis has said that would be that there'd be more than 25. So here's the first activation of the evening, and I hear a sound that's like a door, but I don't see the door opening. I don't see an image of the door opening, and I don't see my image in the camera. But more than likely I'm setting up the camera at this stage. This is the first activation.
The doctor said, "You're right, it's healing her, and, coddle her now, and then wean her off of you later. She needs it." And
so Melanie's talking about a personal matter, and I'm trying to delve into that by making a series of videos to try to capture the essence of what people are doing when the pinwheels are turning. And let's look at this particular video. You'll see Melanie talking, pinwheel turning, and what I was trying to capture is the animated fashion with which she talks. It seems to stimulate the pinwheels. They like it. They like the topics. Issues are very important to her. She's sharing with us. Here's the activations during the session. I had to reset this camera again and again. 27, 27, 31, 32, 33, 34. There's the activation, another activation. Then there's a series of activations, but there wasn't any sound. So no sound again. I had to reset the camera at 8 o'clock. Then we have one abortion. Then there's a series that I made a lot of the videos. 8:08 to 8:14. There's a video every second. So let's look at that, what it looks like. This first one just captures my words and no one else. But Melanie's, yeah, finally I got the video going. Very active. And her videos turn, the pinwheels are turning. Here Boris is talking. Everyone's responding. Pinwheels turning. This is the kind of behavior that seems to make it turn. Look at another one. Pinwheels turning. David's talking. Melanie's talking. A lot of motion. Melanie's talking in animated fashion. David's laughing. Pinwheels turning. We're getting some rapport in our group, I think. Things are kind of gelling. Pinwheels turning. Melanie's talking. Here goes the pinwheel. David's smiling, laughing. Here's another. I was focusing on Melanie's eyes. I thought maybe I could capture something. Pinwheels turning. She's talking. So here's an example of the no audio. The camera keeps going out. The actual zoom camera is closing down again and again. Have to keep resetting the camera. Here I'm in the room resetting the camera. Looks like we have a little bit of agitation of the pinwheels. Not a whole lot. Boris is talking.
Be still and don't move, but during the meetings they seem to move relatively reliable, and at this point they seem to move to always
So that particular video, they were moving. Let's just play again real quick, because it says clockwise, but it's moving counterclockwise.
Still and don't move.
And you're going to hear this growling echo.
During the meetings, they seem to move.
Yeah, and later on we had a real loud growling echo sound. It was kind of interesting, and it sounded like it was trying to say something to us. Here, Melanie's talking about giving up smoking.
It was just a matter of mind control. Like I needed to take control of my mind. Right? I just felt that all of my thoughts were about it, and it bothered me that my thoughts and my time and my schedule and my life
and she's still talking about giving up smoking.
You know, like I diagnosed stuff in
cancer
later,
diagnosis.
but it's you still want it. It was a big part of my life, you know. And Boris, you know,
So we're searching and watching the video that Boris made of pinwheels. His pinwheels are turning in a closed container, a sealed container. So I'm watching it right then. Now, I'm talking about this event that occurred in February where it had a poltergeist phenomena, and these bottles fell off. A bottle came off the refrigerator, landed on the counter, and fell on the floor in an upright position, and the cap broke, and none of the liquid was spilled.
It's not here. What happens if I simulate everything? Because the question is maybe how is somehow doing this, or maybe just looking at the pinwheels, maybe that activates it in some way. So I guess it was last Tuesday that I decided I would simulate the poltergeist event where the bottle came off the refrigerator, hit the counter, fell on the floor. And so I took that same bottle and glued it.
I put the cap back on. Here's the 3 bottles that are on the refrigerator. This one here on the right came flying off and hit the counter and then landed on the floor in an upright position, and the cap has been broken off in pieces. There's 2 pieces of cap on the floor and 1 on the counter. Here's the bottles on the refrigerator. This is my simulation situation. Here's the counter where it must have hit, and here's the floor where it landed. My wife and I were in the room during the original poltergeist event, but our backs were turned to it, so we didn't actually see it. So here's the experiment. There's the bottle. I'm going to see what happens if I just let it fall off the edge. I fill it full of water. And it shatters.
An answer to that question. I just broke this liquor bottle trying to recreate the poltergeist event.
And my wife wasn't very thrilled by that experiment. And here we're back to our regular Thursday session.
the cat out of the water, so he hit him. So what he did was he did a series of different stomps with his hoof, and every time he did, another horse came, and another horse came, and another horse came. So he was tied with his hoof for the names of these other horses, and then he felt the vibration as we followed them through the ground, and because each horse got behind the bull,
And she's talking about cows and horses in animated fashion. The pinwheels must like that. Look, see, they're turning counterclockwise when the sound's off. So we got to reset that. Heather arrives.
Why you are in Colorado? You don't live there, or do you?
I don't live here, but I did live here.
And the sound goes off again. When the meeting's going on, we don't know what we're saying at this stage. This is towards the end of the meeting. And there's a growling sound. It seemed like it was saying something to us, but we don't have the sound. So it could be an artifact, but it's curious that the sound is off, so we didn't capture that. It sounded like it was trying to say something to us, actually. We finished with the relaxation exercise, and there was no movement of the pinwheels during the exercise. So here's the activation distribution. We have 42 activations during our session. So that supports the believer hypothesis. The activations exceeded 25. We had difficulty with the sound system. That seemed unusual. And then the voice seemed very unusual. But of course it could be an artifact. Probably was some kind of feedback. But it seemed like it was the beginning of something. Maybe we'll get some new phenomena going here.